Hi, I'm Ginny. Let me share some quick context so that when you watch this video, you're not confused. I moved from the US to Singapore for a few months because it sounded really fun to live in Asia. I flew over, had delicious food, saw cool things, and it was all great. Weekends were wild, chaos ensued in a good way. Life couldn't be better. But it actually really kind of sucked because I was all by myself. Trust me, it really sucks to not have friends or family around you. But then friends appeared. Life was good. And now it's my last weekend in Singapore. Sad. Any questions? I think you got it. Let's play a game. What do you think is the chef's favorite vegetable? Bonus question, how many references to this vegetable do you see in the following clips?
Stick around for the answer after.
We associate endings with death, grief, amongst other negative things. But endings can also be a good thing. For example, they help nurture gratefulness. For instance, I'm definitely going to miss how there's Asian food everywhere here. Dumplings everywhere.
Last but not least is a gorgonzola bikini. Gorgonzola bikini. It's a Spanish toast stuffed with gorgonzola cheese, black truffle and honey. Next dish will be our onion jamboree, with celebration of onions.
Even this meal, which is contemporary French, has strong Asian influences because of the chef's background. Well, technically this is gastro-botanica cuisine. It focuses on botanical elements of vegetables, herbs, spices, and fruits, hence the edible orchids in the first course and flower dish for this dessert. By the way, did you figure out the chef's favorite vegetable and the number of times it was referenced? Keep an eye out for the answer right after the chatty butler scene. After my farewell dinner, I had to go home and pack up my things to get ready for a staycation at Singapore's #1 hotel. My favorite butlers are here. Particularly on this weekend, I was so thankful for the butlers. Yes, I was grateful for them while I was living here for the past few months, but something about knowing that this was likely my last time seeing them made me extra grateful. Also, they're so funny and chatty.
So where are you off to now?
Have you been to Capella?
Wait, so you're gonna be in Singapore still?
Singapore for one more week until Friday. Oh, one more. But you guys are too expensive for me. Next week is $2,000 a night.
Because it's F1. Are you gonna take your dress? I think this is the dress to wear at the beach.
Oh.
So I thought you're going home like to the
Yeah.
airport tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, you tell us which ones. Those ones?
Share with
Light clothes, you know, easy to read. I get it. I understand. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I kind of get what you're going through. So where does this go? Like, no, I seen you and...
Oh, I don't
Right?
know.
I'm sure he knows that this is probably...
No, I feel like I'm talking about myself too much.
Because I'm invested. I'm invested in the story because I told, like, I'm like, I get it. I was like, wow, you went on a trip with somebody you don't know. Right, like, I wouldn't go on a trip, on a holiday trip with somebody I just know, you know. It's rather weird for somebody, okay, I don't know, like to say exclusive when I only know you for quite some time. And then I know that you're going back to the States, which is so far away. Singapore is a very calculative country. Like, they want to know what you invest in the country. Your kid, is it a smart kid? Join sports. You join sports like swimming, and then you get gold. Oh, Singapore love you.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, that's Singapore for you. But you can't be poor and lazy. What's your deal breaker?
When's the most condescending?
You know, last time I got to know someone. It was good, all good.
And then?
And then I got to know that he doesn't have a passport.
Passport?
For him, it's like, Singapore is good, why do I need to travel? What do I need to see? And it's not like you're poor or you cannot afford. You're a teacher here in Singapore. So that's the deal breaker already.
Oh my god, I don't know what to do with all of this.
For people who has never been in the service industry, so they don't really know how to be kind. I feel like certain people, because you've never done service, you'll only be the one who is receiving service, right? Sometimes people forget to be kind. Like, I give service, so whenever I go somewhere else, I know.
Yeah, like you're
Because I've been in their shoes, I tend to be nice. For me lah. Do you want to get married, Ginny? Have that ever crossed your mind?
They're leaving.
You're stealing here.
Goodbye, Jenny.
Oh my god, I love this hotel. I'll give you the full tour of the room and the hotel tomorrow, but in the meantime, look at these delicious snacks. I'm quite full, so I took a little bite of each thing. I'm heading off to bed a little bit early because I agreed to a morning workout class at the beach with my friend tomorrow. It's broken. Good morning! Dude, it's raining. Maybe that means class is canceled? Unfortunately, class is not canceled. So the reason why I, as a not morning person, agreed to this beach workout class is because I'm staying 5 minutes away from the beach, and so I thought it would be much easier for me to actually make it to the beach. It was still a struggle though. Endings give us a reason to celebrate. Whether it's celebrating that something is finally over, like leaving a shitty job, or on the other hand, celebrating that we were lucky enough to experience something, like me coming to Singapore. In this case, we justified splurging on Capella because it was my last weekend. I really enjoyed my stay here because it felt like a complete oasis away from the city life. The resort is built on 30 acres of rainforest land in Sentosa, which is an area in the southernmost tip of Singapore. Sentosa actually means peace in Malay, and it definitely felt more like a spa than a hotel. There's just something about this interior and all the lush greenery. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe! One reason this hotel is so famous is because of its design. They took colonial buildings from the 1880s and built out contemporary style structures around it. I rarely find hotels where I walk in and I want my room to look like it. I have found one where I want my future home to literally look like this. Here's the bath. After getting back from the workout and taking a quick shower, I changed into a cute little outfit so I could take a lot of cute photos, and then we walked around to explore the hotel a little bit more and just appreciate the design and the lush greenery. It's also famous because Donald Trump and the leader of North Korea held a summit here. It was definitely last weekend in Singapore worthy. The hotel was absolutely immaculate. But I will say my favorite part of the hotel was what they call the living room. It actually feels like someone's living room, beautifully decorated, but the best part is they have these snacks. And they have so many different types of snacks, so you can try a little bit of everything and enjoy yourself by the cute little chairs.
Yeah. What the hell, dude?
I came searching for some hot Cheetos, but instead I just got a bunch of Asian snacks.
Oh, you should go to the other side.
We went to the grocery store and saw this, but we don't know what it is. I think it might be some fruit. What if we opened it? Can you try opening it?
That is disgusting.
Ooh, that looks tasty. Afterwards, we had a bit of time to kill before getting dinner with one of my friends, Ginny. Do you remember her, by the way? Here's a quick reminder. Ginny, who is not only my name twin, but a soul twin. One of those rare friendships where you feel immediately connected and understood.
Just get Ginny drunk every weekend and then take her out for brunch every weekend. And then she stayed for even longer. That's the plan. Sad.
I think the best endings are the ones that are a little bit sad. The sadness is proof that what you had was special. It's tough to say goodbye to some places and people, but that just means that great memories were made. Endings also help instill a sense of urgency. The interesting thing about time is that we feel like we have so much of it until we are presented with an actual deadline. If a doctor tells us we have 6 months to live, we suddenly feel regretful that we didn't spend enough time with family. But the funny thing is, we're never even guaranteed that we'll get another day. There's a quote by Confucius that succinctly describes this phenomena. We have 2 lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. Here's a less dramatic version of this concept. I knew I was eventually going to leave Singapore, but there was no set deadline, so I didn't feel that strong sense of urgency to do everything I was excited about in Singapore. I had been meaning to go to the museum for months now, but I just kept putting it off. Until this weekend, where I was like, shit, if I don't go, I would have missed the chance to see this museum completely. So here's a little nudge for you to do all the little things you keep putting off because you think you have infinite amount of time, like calling your grandma. I was drawn to the pair of photos in the back because I found it interesting to see Asian women embracing when Asian culture is a bit less touchy-feely. The description panel was an unexpectedly good reminder for me to not take family for granted. Once again, a silver lining to an ending is that it helps remind us to be grateful and show appreciation before we lose the chance. There was actually a lot of art with food, so then we started getting hungry. There is a painting of Chinatown way back when. Guess where we're going? Chinatown. Boom. First things first, we got some freshly squeezed sugarcane juice. Sugarcane was one of those things I never thought too deeply about. Only after I got to Singapore and saw sugarcane did I realize I didn't even know what it looked like. Afterwards, we roamed around and got some delicious bread because you could just smell it as you walked past the stands. You can see people dancing, having a great time, eating, and just being with their loved ones. Chinatown in Singapore has been around for 200 years. But given the multicultural nature of Singapore, Chinatown actually evolved to be more of a melting pot. For instance, the oldest Hindu temple in Singapore is in Chinatown. And mosques and Indian temples put out banners for Chinese festivals, while festivals for mosques and temples are attended by Chinese people. I was so convinced Chinatown had some fortune tellers hidden in the back room of some gold shop. I don't know why. So we went around and asked random shop owners if they knew of a good fortune teller. Someone actually did and ended up walking us to one. I was really excited, but they weren't there. That shop was closed. But we kept asking around and eventually did find one and got my
say
fortune.
your body is weak. So your health will not be so good. Currently your mind is quite messy, you know.